And so then life happened. So if you're new to my account, my name is Ayla, and for the past 25 years, I have been a pagan high priestess here in our pagan community in Southern Oregon. I am a healer, an energy healer, and a teacher. I teach magic school. And that was what this account was started for. So I could talk about my books, so I could talk about what was going on in the community. I could do a little bit of healing knowledge with people and teach magic school. And then life happened. My husband in December was diagnosed with neuroendocrine prostate cancer. He was at stage 4, and neuroendocrine prostate cancer is not curable. So that was the day after Thanksgiving, just this last Thanksgiving in 2024. And we've been kind of riding that wave. And the reason I want to talk about what's happening to my husband is because I want people to understand that living a magical life is not all unicorns and rainbows. You still have to deal with the third dimension. And I mean, okay, that's okay. One aspect of the third dimension that I am not appreciating right now as my husband is going through this is the fact that we still have to think about money. My husband doesn't have money. You know how people say, oh, they have money. We don't have money. We're not money people. I've been working a job since I was 17. And he probably went to work. He's 74 now. I'm 62. He probably went to work shortly after there. I would say 18, 19. I know out of high school, he went into the Coast Guard. Vietnam was on, and he chose the Coast Guard. And so we've been working since we were teenagers. And up in the middle of this situation right here is where I have become very annoyed. In my last video, I said that this moment was a sacred moment. And I believe it is. I believe that when somebody is going to cross back over to the other side, it's a sacred moment. It's like when a baby is born, you know. But we tend to be really, really happy when a baby's born and really, really sad when a person gets ready to leave this planet. And I've worked with that. I've tried not to be sad. It doesn't work. We are human. We have to deal with it. This is part of the third dimension. It really doesn't work. I thought, okay, because I have these amazing beliefs, me and him both have these amazing beliefs about what happens to us after we die. And I thought, oh, that's going to make it feel better. It doesn't. It doesn't. And you still, while your beloved is on hospice, such as my husband now is on hospice, we are getting ready for him to cross back over. I still have to think about money. I still have to think about paying bills. I still have to think about all of the logistical stuff of life. And my fantasy is that, you know, for all of us, not just for me in this moment right now and for my husband right now, is that we lived in a world where it was verified that your beloved is going to cross over. And I would just love it if the whole world was just like, okay, let's pause everything. Let's pause your house payment. Let's pause all of your bills. Let's pause your need for money. You know, let's pause all of that so that we can focus on our beloved And I mean, what we're doing right now, my husband has some pain, so we're managing pain. And, you know, when you're on hospice, they give you whatever pain medication you need. And 9 times out of 10, that pain medication causes bowel issues that can be more painful and uncomfortable than the disease itself. My husband told me today, this is the thing that's going to make me lose my mind. You know, and it's like, that's so awful. It's so awful that in addition to suffering with this disease, you have to suffer with side effects of the disease. And I want to just be with him, you know, which I am. I am with him. We still have coffee together in the morning. We still have amazing conversations together. And yes, you know, it's like we all know that in this place, what happens is you just become very grateful for that moment. It's like every moment I'm just so grateful for every word, every sigh, every sound. It's like, it's amazing. It's amazing the magnifying glass that you feel when you're in a situation like this. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about how the practical part of life does not go away when you're in a situation like this. You know, it's like we still have to live our lives. It's like I go to the grocery store twice a week, and I work in a grocery store. And so I'm on leave. I'm on paid leave from my job, but there are things that we enjoy eating that we can only get at the grocery store where I work. So I go in there, and of course, all of my wonderful coworkers and managers are all just, how's he doing? How are you? You know, it's wonderful. I've got an amazing job, but I still have to go out twice a week, and I'm not complaining. The reason I want to make these videos is because if you're in the same situation I'm in and you don't know what's up ahead, this is one of the things that's up ahead. If you are lucky enough to have somebody do your grocery shopping for you, or to have somebody go out and run errands for you, or somebody who can come in and like pay your bills for you. William was paying our bills. You know, it was like he was taking my money and his money, and he was, you know, not writing the checks. We do all of our bill paying online, but he was doing that every month. He was retired. I was still working, so it made perfect sense. And then this came up, and he said, you're going to have to learn to pay your bills. It's like, oh my gosh. I don't know when the last time was that I paid my bills, you know? So I set about, in my little Libra mind, you know, everything's got to be a certain way. I set about creating a system that had all the monthly bills for that month, and the logins and the password and the institution that bill was connected to, so that I could just pay the bill online and then put a yellow highlight in it. This is new for me. And thank goodness that we thought about this. He walked me through it. He showed me all my bills and the log. He had most of the logins and passwords. And, you know, I have everything on one sheet now. But God damn it, there's enough to think about when this is happening without having to figure out, well, if I take time off, how am I still going to have money? It's helpful if you have a bunch of money in the bank and you can just relax and thank goodness that I qualified for Oregon paid leave. And of course, my company, the grocery store where I work, the company is amazing. And they were very happy to let me go for the amount of time that I'm needing here. So that's just one more thing to think about when you're in a situation like this, when you're trying not to grieve, when you're trying to love on your person because they're getting ready to go. So lots of crazy crap to think about lots of scary, awful, painful stuff to think about.